Whoa, whoa. Hello, everyone. Hello, jingle, jingle. Welcome to the Bunny Babble, jingle, jingle. It's been, I didn't do one last week. So let's just say it was a little break from, after coming home from Canada and stuff, I went on a tiny little itsy bitsy break. To be fair, I really just I couldn't think of anything for the Bunny Babble. I couldn't think of nothing is happening right now. I don't really have any updates. I don't have nothing new's been happening on the internet. Nothing interesting that I can even share. But now that it's been 2 weeks, of course, now there's been a ton of stuff now at this point. There's been an absolute ton of stuff. And I even have my own updates to share and stuff, but because we won't have not a bunny babble, but a thump and bark this week, I might do a little fun little update video where I just go over some of the just some of the cool stuff that I've been working on, the updates on essentially everything. Because for those of you who don't know, I have 2 original songs so far. That's why this channel has a little music mark. And there's been a lot of good progress being made on the song. The instrumental is complete. Okay, I have a new song that's coming out. Yeah, spoiler alert. That's what you heard at the end of the last Thump and Bark. Which if you haven't saw the Thump and Bark, the latest Thump and Bark, you should. It's good. It's getting to the stages of being finished. The lyrics have been written out. The melody is kind of being what's worked on right now. And the instrumental is fully done for the new song, and it's looking like soon the song might just be fully ready to come out soon. I'm gonna hopefully have a music video, but if I can't get a music video, then it is what it is. And then you just get the song. But there's a ton of stuff that's been being worked on and progress, and I'd love to just give a bunch of updates, since the last time that I've given an actual in-depth update on all the different stuff that I've been doing was when I was doing the daily commentary, which was I don't know, 4 months ago or something like that. So that'll be a good video for tomorrow in place of the Thump and Bark. And for those of you that don't know, Thump and Barks, they go live for Thump and Barks are originally a live stream before they're actually in edit. The thing that you watch are edited, like Thump and Barks. So they came from somewhere, and they came from my stream. And I do those streams most of the time with Shizu, every Friday. And so, last Friday, or 2 days ago, a day ago, I did one with Kurosai, and if you don't know who Kurosai is a you've probably seen some of his edits and stuff like that. He's one of the anime shit posters with the funny edits, very, very well edited stuff. And hopefully that'll be a good Thump and Bark when it comes out. But I've rambled on enough. Jingle jingle. Today we're just gonna be kind of going over stuff that's happened on the internet for the past week or so. I'm not going to go into too much stuff about me, just because I want to save that for tomorrow's video, since we won't have a Thump and Bark, so you get a nice commentary video. But today, we're just going to be babbling. We're just going to be doing a bunny babble. We're just going to be babbling about stuff that's been just happening around the internet. I'm not going to go super in-depth on a lot of these topics, because, I could just make a commentary video about that if I really wanted to. But we're gonna start diving into it, and this is the start right here. Jingle jingle, jingle jingle. The first thing that's being talked about. This is some of these are a little bit old at this point. This Minecraft update might be a little bit old, but they added something new to Minecraft. I don't normally play Minecraft. I don't normally do I've never really played Minecraft that much. I've only done vanilla. I don't really like mods and stuff like this. But something they added to vanilla Minecraft is you notice how the dragon is going faster and faster. They've added, I believe, inertia. So if you have a rail cart, you can essentially get infinite speed, and the momentum carries over. So this person put the ender dragon in a minecart, and it flings, it just flies. You can do this with yourself. You can do this with any kind of mob that you can put in a minecart. You can do this with anything. And it looks like a really, you know, I don't know, it looks like a funny update, and I wanted to share it. But it's like, I think it's a cool update because, you know, you can now just make stuff go flying, and it's vanilla Minecraft. It's not, you like, normally for stuff like this you would kind of need mods, but you know, you don't need it. You don't need mods. You can just, you know, something that can probably happen naturally. I can imagine you can fling someone in a minecart. I mean, it makes sense to me. Yeah, that's it. This one was a small one. I told you that the thump and bark, not the thump and bark, I didn't have much. One of the reasons why I didn't do a bunny babble last week was I didn't have much to talk about. So this was like one of the only things I was like, oh wait, I could probably make a topic out of this. It's just a cool update. There's not really much to say about Minecraft, man. I don't know what you want. Okay, jingle jingle, jingle jingle. Next topic right here. It's this one. It's this one. Jingle jingle, jingle jingle. So this is. I told you I was struggling to find topics. Yeah, it gets easier later on, but. So for those of you that don't know about Twitter, or don't go on Twitter because you have like a nice mental health and don't hate yourself, they have trending stuff on Twitter. And something that has been trending for the past practically 2 weeks now has been the term mating press. Even I decided to get in on this on this trend. Of course, me being a say-so creator, I'm not lewd, I'm not sexual, you know. The way that I decided to do it was I was asking about it. I said, what's a mating press, and why is it what every guy is typing? Because right now the theme going on, the trend is you know, it's essentially having an image. You know how like you have a bottom text and you have a top text. They have every guy will see this and say mating press. So because I'm innocent, I'm a wholesome creator. I'm not lewd. I have innuendos, of course, and sometimes I like to joke about it, but I'm a wholesome bun. I don't elude myself. I don't shackle myself down, and by those not say-so-ness, I decide to keep myself chained and prefer to test on my experiments, but not with my cock. I test on them with potions because I am a scientist, not a whore. And so basically, and that's why I said, what is it? Because I'm innocent. I wouldn't know what it is because I'm innocent. But the meme is every guy will see this and type mating press, and that's what's been kind of going wild in the trending thing. And so it was trending on Twitter for a bit, and it was really funny because it, you know, it's mating press. Like it's a funny term. And for those of you that don't know what a mating press is, either you're very, very innocent or you're underage. And if you're underage, fuck off. Mating press is it's a sex term, so that's why it's like, wow, why is this trending? And it's like, well, it's Twitter, what do you expect? It's a, you know, it's lewd things trend, but I keep my innocence, of course. Anyway, yeah, that was something that I wanted to, you know, I thought it would be a funny segment. That's the jingle jingle anyway, next dot jingle jingle. Jingle jingling, the horniness is over, you can uncover your eyes. This one was kind of interesting. This one's more okay. So we went to mating press to Chris Chan. I could make a whole fucking 5-hour video on Chris Chan, you know, herself. This person has been on the internet since way longer than I've been on the internet. They've been on the internet since fucking almost its inception. They were a big meme on the internet, and they were, I believe that, you know, they went from Chris Chan, they're still Chris Chan, and essentially they got popularized or infamous because they made a really cringy OC called Sonic 2, where, you know, you mix Sonic and you mixed, you know, Pikachu together, and you formed it, you made your own little fursona, and it was Sonic 2. And this is a disturbed individual, and essentially over the years they like went through delusions of grandeur and stuff like that, where they believed that their Sonichu ruled the world, and they eventually made a religion out of Sonic 2, and they got kicked out of like libraries and stuff like that because they believed, they in the beginning they were very lonely, and they didn't understand why they couldn't get any girlfriends. At the time, Christian was a boy. They have transitioned since then, but in the early stages of Christian, they were trying to get a girlfriend. They couldn't understand why anyone wouldn't want Sonic 2 and themselves, Christian. And so eventually they used their drawings to make comics and essentially vent their frustrations of them not being able to get a girlfriend. And so people made several advances, years and years later, and it didn't work out. Some trolls, once you get a little bit of infamy of, people getting a reaction out of you, people having something to make fun of, which would have been their cringy OC, or their drawings not being of the optimal, quality that you would expect for a drawing. And on top of that, this person had, mental disabilities, which made them a very easy target for trolls and people that like to get a reaction out of people, because they don't understand that it's hard for them to grasp that when people are being serious or trolling or faking something. So sometimes they would fake, Christian would have like a boyfriend or a girlfriend, but it turns out the girlfriend was fake and it was a troll, and then they get baited and they say embarrassing stuff, they get a reaction, and then it repeats. Years later, I don't know all of the lore off the top of my head because I'm going purely off of memory right now. Years later, eventually Christian ended up transitioning and went from boy to girl. I cannot remember their reasoning, but I feel like I remember the reasoning being more sexual rather than dysmorphia, but I could be wrong because it's been a really long time since I've heard their whole life story. And I kid you not, it's like a 4-hour video. There's a lot of Christian lore. And what really made Christian infamous, and why there are some people that cannot just stand even hearing Christian's name, is because they ended up getting a criminal charge and, admitting to essentially having sexual relations with their mother, who was in no way able to consent, considering their mother was had disabilities of their own. I believe they had dementia, so they were in no way able to consent. And obviously that is disgusting, that is gross, that is a no sane human being that's right in their mind would do that. Some people may have fantasies of like incest and stuff like that, but most of the time those stay in the realm of fantasy, and you don't actually, you don't do that. It's let alone non-consensually. Not saying that incest is good, but like, fuck, adding, non-consent to it, it's like you want to be the villain. I mean, I feel like there's very, very few things you can do that are worse than this. Like, I don't even, maybe murder would be like not as like honestly, if Christian was like, charged with murder, I almost feel like that would be less bad than what they did. Like that's why some people cannot stand Christian. That's why people really don't like Christian, and I don't blame them. And after this happened in 2021, the charges and stuff like that, of course Christian was baited into doing a lot of this stuff, and they do have a mental disability, but you can't always hide behind your mental disabilities. I wouldn't say Christian is entirely to blame, because they've been surrounded by horrible people that make them do horrible things, and it's a complicated situation because Christian isn't all there. But you don't have to be all there to know not to, fuck your mother. So it's just a really tragic situation, and it kind of sucks because, Christian was obviously manipulated, and I don't know how much of Christian becoming the horrible person that they are was due to themselves. Like, I would like to not believe that Christian was always a horrible person, I feel like it was their environment that led to what they became, and it sucks when you get sucked into the internet, and you can see it with current day topics like Daniel Larson, and stuff like that, where they end up becoming, you know, it's a person that is very easily manipulated because of mental disabilities and such, and they end up getting manipulated and, you know, end up becoming a product of their environment. Like, people that are hating on them want them to be a horrible person, they egg them on to do horrible things, and then they end up becoming a horrible person. But who knows, maybe they were always horrible people. Anyway, the thing that happened was the body cam footage is finally released after it's been about 3 years now, and the body cam footage was released. So now you can see the absolute shit show that the cops had to deal with, because when Chris Chan was arrested, the cops didn't believe that Chris Chan was internet infamous, and they were wondering why the fuck there's a bunch of people looking at them and watching them, and like there's a bunch of people in the car, and then all of a sudden the cops slowly came to a realization that, like, holy shit, this person wasn't joking. They are famous, because like there were tons of people with cars lined up. The cops were essentially surrounded by people screaming Chris Chan, stuff like that. It's honestly an interesting watch. I watched the whole, you know, video. It's on Ewu Crew. It's Explore With Us is their actual channel name. I believe it's Ewu Bodycam is where this video specifically was posted on. It's really interesting to see all these cops just go like to amazement, and you might be able to dive a little into Chris Chan's mind, because they do end up having a conversation, and you can just see how insane Chris Chan is, talking about their religion and the multi-universe and the dimensional split and stuff like that. And I mean, you know, to some people that's probably what my lore sounds like whenever I go rambling on about my lore and stuff like that, which, you know, it is what it is, I guess. But I would give the video a watch if you're not completely disgusted by Chris Chan. If you're mildly intrigued and stuff like that. Nothing disgusting happens in the footage. It is just Chris Chan being arrested. There's no weird scenes. There's no, like, it's just Chris Chan being arrested, and the unique scenario that the cops had to go through, because a lot of people know who Chris Chan is, and they were, you know, Chris Chan was getting haggled on the streets and stuff like that. But that was one of the, you know, that was one of the topics that happened about last week, near the ending of last week, August 18th. So it's been almost like this happened like a Monday it got released or something like that. So anyway, next topic. I'm sorry if that topic was a little heavy, forgive me. Jingle 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 jangle. The scary Chris Chan is now gone. It's no longer on the screen. This one was crazy. So Twitch came out with a new update. Twitch's new update is essentially you can collab with any channel that you want, kind of, and it's called knock knock, and essentially it's allows you to collab with someone without having to prepare. You just knock onto someone's stream, and you now can stream. I don't know exactly how the feature works, but this ended up causing an insane shitstorm, because there's a few problems with this feature. One of the major problems is the fact that you can't turn off this feature. It's only opting, like, there's no opting out of the feature. You have no way to essentially turn this feature off, so you have to do your own little weird workarounds. And one of the major problems with this feature and why people were reacting so poorly is because this can lead to a lot of hate things. Like, you know, if someone is a huge channel, like, you know, has thousands of people watching them, and they knock on a small channel, the small channel doesn't know what to expect. They don't know if their communities are going to clash well. This is a way to you just like interact with complete strangers. Of course, some people are happy about this feature because it allows people with, you know, bigger or smaller audiences to be able to just like easily find new people and new faces. But a lot of times that can come for anxiety, especially for people that aren't ready for a collab. And there's no way to essentially turn this off aside from workarounds. You can't just like click an off button. Instead, you have to set it so you can only collab with your favorite people, and then you have your favorite lists be empty. That's essentially the only way to work around. A few other scary things that this enables is apparently it turns on your webcam instantly, and it uses your webcam. So if you're a VTuber and you have a webcam connected or stuff like that, you could easily just get randomly doxxed. Or if you're just a PNG tuber, or if you're just someone that doesn't show their face. Like, you know, there's some gameplay people that just they don't have a camera. Like, I don't know, like Dancing Taco or something like that, you know? They it could just turn on your webcam and just randomly dox you. So there's a lot of negatives, and the major negative, like, it's cool to add new features and stuff. It's cool to do whatever, you know, whatever you want, stuff like that. But just allow people to be able to turn a feature off, especially if the feature can, you know, is scary. It's a scary feature for some people, especially if they have bad experiences with people, you know, coming in with hate rates and stuff like that. They may not be ready for a collab, or they might be doing something, or, you know, they just, it's a complicated thing. But I think, like, the basic, like, even if some people don't like the feature, the basic is just allowing people to turn off the feature if they don't like it. That's what I think. Anyway, up next, jingle jingle, jingle jingle. Jingle, 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 jingle. Next topic, next topic. So, this I'm interested in. I like mac and cheese. I like mac and cheese a lot. Apparently, the KFC in Canada has released a mac and cheese sandwich in collaboration with Kraft. I didn't even know KFC's had sandwiches. I always thought they were just chicken. I don't really like fried chicken all that much. I like fried chicken when it's boneless. I like it in sandwich form. I like when my chicken is fried, and I like it when it is grilled. But I don't like things when there's bones in them, because I struggle to eat things off the bone. I don't like when my meat is touching, like, bone, especially when the meat starts turning like you know, dark or red, or, like, you know, I especially hate when the meat goes from being soft to being, like, really, really chewy. It makes me feel like I'm eating something that I'm not supposed to be eating, and it's scary. It's scary. So I suck at eating ribs. I suck at eating wings. I suck at eating, like, you know, meat, when, like, thigh meat and stuff like that. So whenever, like, you know, the family bun got a bucket of KFC, I was always like, oh, I'll just have their mac and cheese. So the mac and cheese was always mine. I always ate the mac and cheese, but I never had the chicken, because I struggle with eating things off the bone, because there's just so much stuff that goes wrong when you're eating it from the bone. Like the meat that doesn't come off, the meat where it's, like, you know, all black and stuff, and it's like, oh, is that because there was blood there? Is that why? And then, like, there's, like, chewy bits that, like, it feels like it's not meant to be eaten. And you know what? I would love this KFC sandwich. I feel like I would enjoy it. I feel like I would be a good demographic. And I hope they release it in America. Because I like Kraft mac and cheese, and I like chicken sandwiches. Anyway, it's a silly topic, and we'll go to the next one. Next topic, jingle jingle, jingle jingle, jingle jingle, jingle, jingle jingle. And here's this. Look, McDonald's, they have a new little cute anime. So this is McDonald's Japanese. They made a cool little cute little song, and they got, like, a dance. They got anime. They're doing more anime Japanese. It's so cute. It's so cute. They have a, I don't know if I'm getting a copyright struck, so I'm not playing it for you. But they made, like, a song, and it's okay. It's not the best. It's okay. But it's a really cool animation. They got a new McDonald's girl. They got a new McDonald's anime girl. And, you know, they're singing, and it's, you know, they're just singing beef. It's not that good of a song, but it's cute. It's cute, and it's fun to watch. And so they made a little animated music video, and it's just, I don't know. I like seeing anime when it comes to, like, you know, stuff like McDonald's or KFC or, you know, whatever. You know, I like when brands use anime. Makes me happy. Especially because I'm a VTuber. It means there's a chance that, like, you know, what if in the future we do get, like, a Gura box in McDonald's, or, you know, like how we get the, you know, there was a Travis Scott meal. What if we get a Gura meal, and it's just, like, chicken nuggets, and that's it. It's a really childish meal. I think that would be cute. I think that would be good. I think they're advertising a new triple beef burger. I think that's the entirety of this song. I'm pretty sure that's all they're going for. It's just a triple beef burger. So it's just a quarter pounder with, like, 3 slabs. The triple quarter pounder. Anyway, yeah, that's it. those are all the stuff that there is a few other things that happened that didn't happen on Twitter, but they did happen in general. So we will jingle jangle. We will jingle jangle. We'll do a little bit of the jingling, a little bit of jingle. Next topic, next topic. More stuff came out with Mr. Beast. A few other things happened with Mr. Beast. Essentially, a new story came out. You guys love Mr. Beast, don't you? You guys love Mr. Beast. He's great. He's wonderful. He's getting canceled right now. Mr. Beast, you know, the most subscribed person on YouTube. You may not even know him. He's a little low key. He's a little low key. Just a tiny bit low key. Basically, he has his, you know, his Feastables brand. He has a chocolate candy brand, like a chocolate bar thing, like a Hershey's, except it's Feastables. And what essentially someone ended up finding out and calling out Jimmy, who's Mr. Beast for, is they originally marketed their you know, chocolate bar brand, their thing to be child and slave free, because it's a huge problem in Africa where essentially there's a lot of child labor and a lot of slave labor, and chocolate factories are the most notorious for this. So you get a little stamp by like a good boy company if you make sure that you don't have slaves or children working on your product. And in the beginning of Feastables, they had it like they had that stamp broadly marked on their not on their products but on their page. And they had like a little segment in the frequently asked questions, and like basically loudly they loudly wrote like saying, by the way, we're slave free, and then talked about all the problems of like slave labor and child labor and stuff like that, and talked about how they were against it and how they would never do it. And it seems as though they have lost their stamp in this coming year and have completely wiped their pages of like slave and child labor off of their frequently asked questions and took it entirely off of their webpage, which is a bad look, especially because the whole point of Feastables was it's supposed to be good for you, which they made it so it's not good for you anymore. They made it extremely unhealthy and more sugar than Hershey's, and they didn't want it to hurt the environment or, you know, do any slave work, or like that was a big part of their campaign, was this is a good chocolate bar made of good ingredients made by good people. Not to say that children and slaves aren't good people. It's just, you know, it's not fair for them. It's like, it's, you know, so yeah, so that's something that's not good. That's something that happened. And so it's theorized that now, you know, Mr. Beast uses children and slave labor to make his chocolate, which, you know, wouldn't be surprising, to be honest. And I don't know if I talked about it on the last Bunny Babble, but there's a part 2 to Dog Pack video. I'm pretty sure I talked about it. Essentially, Mr. Beast hired a manager that was a child predator and diddled a kid between the ages of 1 and 11, which is really, really bad. And that was, I can't remember if I talked about it on last Bunny Babble. I'm going to assume that I did, so I'm not going to talk too much about it, but essentially he had bad work conditions for one of his previous employees, and essentially had to have that employee go to therapy and get actual surgery done on their feet and stuff like that. They had to go to like the hospital. I don't know if it was surgery, but they did have to get cared for because of how badly Mr. Beast had treated them in one of their fun little competition thingies, one of their videos. The real banger was the fact that he hired a, you know, like a child predator, and they were a manager for a kids channel. So that's not good. You should probably not do that if your channel revolves around children. Like, you know, there's forgiveness and stuff, but, you know, it doesn't matter how much of a changed person you are, you still shouldn't be around those, you know, the thing that, you know, made you, that just don't be around kids anymore. It's not that hard. Not that hard to do. Anyway, jingle jingle, it's question time for questions. Time for this. Is probably one of my shorter Bunny Babbles. I can, you know, try for questions. I could ask you questions too. So of course, how do you feel about KFC making a mac and cheese chicken sandwich? Do you think you'd eat it? Would you eat it? Do you think it's gonna be trash? Do you think it's gonna be bad? Do you not like it? Do you think it's like shy fingies? Do you think like would it be really good? It's Kraft mac and cheese. It's not their shitty like mac and cheese that they make at KFC. It's Kraft mac and cheese, so it's good mac and cheese. I like Kraft mac and cheese. Very good. I think the sandwich is gonna be okay. I don't think it's gonna be amazing, but you know, like I think it would be something I'd eat. I think I would like it. I'd probably like clog my arteries, but that's fine. And then McDonald's, do you like it when they do little anime cutesy stuff? I like it when they do anime cutesy stuff. Do you like it? Would you want to see some more like, you know, like McDonald's anime characters and stuff like that? You know, maybe a McDonald's anime, and we're gonna ignore Devil's a Part-Timer, even though that's practically McDonald's. I mean, I feel like, you know, maybe I'd watch a McDonald's isekai. Imagine Ronald from fucking Ronald McDonald gets hit by a truck and gets isekai'd as like an anime girl with huge titties, in another world. And the only way to save the world is to get everyone addicted to greasy food. I feel like that's an isekai I'd watch. How do you feel about the new Twitch feature that they're adding in? Do you think it's a bad idea to add a feature? Do you think it's like a, you know, should they just not change Twitch at all? Do you think they should add features? Do you think the feature is just a good idea? Do you think that, like, you know, when they add a feature, they should have a way to turn it off? Or should features always just be like, you know, if they're making something for you, you should use it because Twitch is being nice to you and kind to you. So you shouldn't ever not use it. If they give you a feature, you better fucking use it. How do you feel about that? Take a seat. Take a seat. Sit down on the couch. Let's unpack that. And then of course Chris Chan. You ever heard about Chris Chan before? Do you like Chris Chan? Does Chris Chan make you uncomfortable? I mean, the answer is probably yes. But you know, did you watch the body cam footage? What do you think of it? Do you think it was interesting? I thought it was a little funny. Not, you know, like what was crazy was like Chris Chan during the entire, like, you know, arrest footage. They were pretty like calm. Like they were pretty like, you know, they were cooperative. They didn't resist. They weren't crazy. I feel like a lot of the body cam footages I see, maybe it's just because it's, you know, popular because it's crazy, but I feel like a lot of the body cam footage I watch is just irate people. You know, they're just like, you know, just resisting. Anyway, and mating press. Have you ever heard of mating press before? Do you think it's a good topic? What do you think the next trending topic on Twitter is going to be? And how do you feel about the Minecraft update? Is it cool? Is it cool? Do you like it? Is it cool? And now jingle jingle. This is my question of the day. Question of the day. Jingle jingle. By the way, make sure you're subscribing. If you got this far into the video, subscribe and like the video. Wow, you made it. Congrats. Like the video. That's your prize. Your prize is liking the video and subbing. And you're about to comment the answer to this question. Okay, so here's my question for you guys. What other stuff do you want to see on this channel? Like, other than bunny babbles and thumping barks, because soon I might have my funny Jack editor more to myself. Since they're working for me and they're you know, they're mine, so I might be able to get them to work on more projects, perchance a little bit more projects. So what's like some kind of high quality stuff that you want to see? Like, do you want to see, like, I don't know, like a visual novel? Do you want to see some like lore but like animated? Do you want to see like funny stories? Like in the Thump and Bark, there was like an Eli segment. Do you want to see more of those like little segments where it's just like a fully, like, just a scene played out and like a story told in that kind of way? Do you want to see, like, I don't know, gameplay stuff? Is there like specific topics that you want to see? Do you want more like different commentary stuff? And if there's commentary stuff that you want to see, is there anything that you want me to talk about? Like, there's definitely edited content, and then there's content like this where I'm just talking, and it's not really, you know, there's no brain rot on the screen aside from me jingling my little bells. Like, do you want more commentary videos? I mean, I feel like I could definitely pump out some more content, but that's only if you guys, you know, you want the content. I want the, you know, I want it to do good. I want it to do good. So what are some ideas that you've been having? Is there anything that you've been, you know, you see from other content creators and it's something that you would really like to see me do as well? You know, just feel free to leave any idea down below. You know, Thump and Barks and Bunny Babbles, I always look at the comments. I try to type to every single one of them, even the one that has like over 500 comments. Holy shit, that was a lot. But I'm here to listen, and I'm here to, you know, I'd love to just hear your ideas and see if I can make any of them a reality. Like, I want to make some like cool lore stuff, but, you know, do you think like some highly edited lore type videos would be good? Do you want to see some like some animations? Do you want to see like I don't know, so I feel like, you know, maybe some interactive visual novel, but like on a YouTube, kind of like Into Space with Markiplier or whatever it's called. Like, what are some things that you want to see done? What are some things, some ideas that you guys may have that I can steal and mark as my own? Anyway, Jingle jingle, jingle jingle. Make sure to leave an algorithm comment down below. I appreciate it. I appreciate you being here and you made it this far into the video. I'm proud that you can sit through a 30-minute video, 35-minute video. Especially because, you know, the attention span nowadays pretty low. It's pretty low, down low, down low. It's like the funny graph where it's like, you know, this goes up, but then it's down, and that's what happens. Then TikTok, I blame TikTok. Oh, but if you like the video, make sure to like the video, of course. I'm just a bunny boy that babbles. I babble on. Just like the Babylon. That's a game, right? Babylon. Bunny babble, Babylon. Bunny boy, Babylon. Babbles, bunny babbles. Does a bunny babble? Babbles. Anyway, if you didn't like the video, I'll kill you. That's it. Thanks for following. How the fuck does this happen every single time? Every single